Yeah, so this all started for us about 6 years ago. Um, we lived like we thought we were supposed to. We both had decent jobs. We're climbing the ladder of success and making incrementally more money every year, and um, it just wasn't working for us. I used to run heavy equipment slash truck driving, um, but anyway, uh, I was really sick. My wife and I were both. My wife wasn't as bad as I was. I was 40 pounds heavier than I am now. Um, I was sick all the time. Just felt like shit. Didn't have any energy. Tired all the time. Stomach was always just burning in knots. Um, had kidney stones once. Just wasn't doing really well. Um, and I just didn't want to go out like that. I didn't think that it should be like that. So we started looking into things and we started trying things out, determined to change our lives. That's really what it took. So we started cutting out GMOs, preservatives, any kind of chemical, anything that we didn't know what it was. We didn't think it should be in our food. So we started selectively shopping for our food. Before that, we ate out of a box in a microwave. Um, just we weren't health minded at all, and we definitely didn't think our food had anything to do with it. But it really does. We started seeing a difference just from cutting out. We cut out like corn. I think 85% of the corn in this country is genetically modified. Um, and they won't label it, so you can't tell. So we just cut corn out. We cut things like chicken out. Like chicken is just nasty. Like if you buy the chicken at the store, that shit is nasty. They treat those chickens like shit. They give them sub-dose levels of antibiotics to make them get fat. Which, by the way, take note of that. Antibiotics will make you put some weight on. They do it to cattle. They do it to all livestock. But anyway, we noticed a difference. Like just right away, I started feeling better, and so we kind of knew we were onto something. So one day I just decided. I'd been kicking the idea around for a while, but I just decided I want goats and I want chickens. I figured having dairy goats would give us meat and dairy, and chickens, of course, would give us meat and eggs. And we started growing our garden too. But for most of my life, I think at the time I was like 39 years old. So for 39 years of my life, I had severe allergies. Like I hated going outside and stuff because everything bothered me. Pollen, dust, animals. I couldn't have dogs. Didn't bother me for some reason, so we had dogs. But cats and definitely anything that lived outside, my eyes would swell shut. I'd have asthma attacks, and it was just a shitty life, really. So anyway, I made that decision to get goats and chickens. We live in a town where farm animals aren't allowed in town. But I was ready to fight. I was ready to fight for it. I was just going to go ahead and get the chickens and get the goats and just do what I had to do to keep them. And it just kind of turned out it's one of those things we kind of Forrest Gumped into. Literally 2 days after I made that decision and I started looking for goats, we got these pastures, this one here, and there's one of equal size across the street over there. So we're like, fuck yeah, man, that's great. So we got the goats. We found somebody locally here that had dairy goats, which was really lucky. I actually found them on Craigslist. We didn't know anybody around here that did dairy goats, but there was actually. And she ended up, the lady that we got our goats from, Frances, which I owe a big debt to, also turned out to be one of my best gurus ever. She was a highly educated woman. She was an osteopath, I think it was, and she started introducing me to the microbiome. Now, she wasn't particularly educated on the microbiome, but she was studying it, because around that time, microbiome science was just really starting to come onto the scene. But anyway, I call her my goat guru, and she taught us a lot of things. She taught us basically, she walked with us hand in hand through an entire season, and then she moved away. But I was really lucky to have somebody who was willing to teach. I value that more than anything, because I don't know shit. You know, I have to learn it from somebody. Um, yeah. Anyway, so we kind of got into this. So within a month of drinking raw goat milk, um, all of my allergies just disappeared. Now, for 39 years, doctors had told me that there was no cure for those allergies. They didn't know what caused them. My only options were to take a pill every day or to get a shot once a year. And I'm not that kind of person. I don't like to be dependent on anything. I have enough habits. I don't need to add more. And I hate being dependent on things. I hate being dependent on pills. Any kind of medication just drives me nuts. I can't stand it. But anyway, so all my allergies went away, and it just really, like, something clicked. Something really clicked, and the reason, come to find out, the reason that my allergies went away, a lot of allergies are directly linked to the microbiome. If okay, so drinking raw milk, which is basically a really good source of vitamins, minerals, and probiotics. Raw milk has bacteria in it. It's beneficial bacteria. It's bacteria that is symbiotic with mammalian life. So it's really important. Yeah. So that's really how Capra de Belli was born. That's how our farm came to be. It was, if you would have said something to me 6.5 years ago about me becoming a farmer someday, I would have laughed in your face. I knew absolutely nothing about it. I didn't know that I would enjoy this lifestyle so much. I didn't know that it would complete me. But here we are. 6 years later, we have a thriving farm. We produce most of our own food. We don't produce all. We obviously need some diversity in our food too. So here we are. And the idea to combine farming with FPV is totally off the wall. It's totally... I don't know if it's going to go. I don't know if I can combine it successfully and find a demographic out there that likes farming and FPV. Hopefully I can have a little bit of both demographics, because really FPV changed our life as much as farming did. My whole family flies. I got into it first, but my wife and my son really kind of liked it too. And the thing is like, we work every day. Since we've had goats, we have not really had a vacation. We don't get days off. We get a lot of downtime, but we can't really leave. And there's a lot of frustration that happens, just the same with everybody in everyday life. There's just it's kind of the grind that kicks you in the nuts every day. Just typical life. It still happens to us, so we need a release. I used to, when I was younger, I used to ride dirt bikes, and when I needed a break, or I needed to think about something, or I just needed to knock out some frustration, I'd get on the motorcycle and I would just go rip it up. I'd go tear up a hillside, just literally go rip balls with a motorcycle. And I kind of get the same feeling from FPV. It's a serious release. It's helped me a bunch. I love it. I became so addicted to it. I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars on it since September of last year. I didn't start flying FPV till January, but the first time I flew, I knew I was like, this is the missing part of my life. I don't get into much community because, like I said, I'm on the farm every day. My family is everything. We do everything together. We eat together. We fish together. We work together. My wife and I's goals are to work together. And make enough money that none of us have to leave and go work a job. So FPV really just kind of fit in. We love it, and so that was the birth of Quad Farm, our YouTube channel. And I didn't, there's thousands of pilots out there trying to be successful, trying to be noticed, trying to get sponsors, trying to become a YouTube star. That's not really what we're here for. We already have a lifestyle that we like. We're not looking for another lifestyle. So, we kind of thought we could do something different. We like educational stuff. We like, we're all into learning. We haven't stopped learning, and we don't intend to. And so we kind of came up with the idea of Quad Farm, to educate, and a little bit of entertainment in there, and hopefully we can get other people into FPV and farming. I think they go hand in hand together. I think they go great together. It's just it's a wonderful thing. It's a good stress relief. It's fun. It's something you can do with your family. There's a lot of information out there on it. There's you can watch videos on it all day. It's a never-ending hobby. It was so amazing to me, all the different aspects of FPV. I would have never thought that I would be a vlogger, but here I am. We're vlogging because we like it. We ran into people in the FPV community in YouTube that made us become fans of vlogging. So we thought we'd give it a shot, and this is Quad Farm. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you learn something. I hope we can convince some people out there to start eating better. We're not the picture of health ourselves. We don't want anybody to think that we're speaking from a position of arrogance. We're really speaking from a position of we've been there. We were probably less healthy than a lot of people out there are. Anyway, like I said before, we ate out of a box in a microwave, drank soda every day, drank coffee, lots of sugar. We really aren't being arrogant. It's really, we've been there and we've learned. So hopefully we can, bring other people over into the healthy side of eating, and how important it is. It's so cliche, but it's so true. You are what you eat. And, so that's our goal here. We have big plans. Hopefully you guys will follow us, and learn some stuff, and maybe teach us something. We'd love to learn. If you got anything to teach, please reach out to us. If you see us doing something wrong or different, or if we could do something better, just let us know. We're extremely open to teaching. But love all you guys, and I hope you enjoy what we do.